various modules. Create a new configuration file. While I'm updating, I don't wish to CPAN test, so I switch that off. I make sure that most is on and that it's going to follow the prerequisites. It will, if I set that to 1, it basically won't ask me if it wants to install prereqs. If it's set to 2, it will ask me on every prereq code, do you want to install this, do you want to install this. So I switch that to 1 so it doesn't ask me. So I create a new CPANPLUS backend. I pass in the config object that I've created. So how it's configured using that config object that I've just said. I ask it to reload the indexes, setting that update source equal to 1, make sure it goes up to the CPAN mirror, pulls down the index files, churns away, make sure I've got the newest, latest version of the indexes loaded into memory. I create what we call a self-update object, because CPANPLUS can sort of bootstrap itself and all its dependencies and install them. So I create a self-update object. I tell it I want to update all the dependencies it's got, and I want to have the very, very latest versions on CPAN. Not just one that I know will work, but I want the very, very latest. So that one command there will work out all its dependencies, CPANPLUS's dependencies, and we'll go and get the latest version of it, just in that one command there. And then we'll install this. This lovely structure here, make sure I use module tree, pass it in for each of the list here, each module, and I install it. And this last bit here, where I'm basically looking for each of it, because CPANPLUS has features such as prefer makefile. The prefer makefile option says if I'm enabled and there are a build.pl and a makefile.pl, which one am I going to use? So if you set prefer makefile to 1, which is the default, it used to be the default. I have since made it not the default if module build is installed when CPANPLUS first generates config. It will, if there is a build.pl and a makefile.pl, it will prefer the makefile.pl and run that. Now this causes a few problems because module build modules used to ship very often with a, what I used to always think of as an insane makefile.pl, which would launch CPAN to install module build and then would run module build. So it's better to have this set to 0 if you have got module build installed, because there are a few of those distributions still out there. The MD5 says whether it uses digest MD5 to do checksums of the stuff that's coming down from CPAN. I mean, pretty much digest MD5 has been in the core module for a long while, but this just makes sure if I'm on the Perl that it installs it. Storable, we use with the memory-based source engine to save reloading everything into memory or generating the indexes every time you run CPAN. It will actually save the whole index, module objects and everything in memory out to a storable file. So that makes sure that that feature is enabled, and I also like to enable CPAN testing features, so that just makes sure everything that I need for CPAN testing is installed. But it's just an illustration of what you can do with the back end and module objects. So we're using different mechanisms here. We're using module tree, using the self-update, and we're actually using install on the module object. And it's like this little snippet code uses the local mirror function. Again, I'm important in this case. I'm switching the verbosity on so I can see what's going on. Create a back end and make sure we've got the latest indexes from our CPAN mirror. And then I run this mirror command. It will create a CPAN mirror in the current working directory. It will actually fetch the index files as well, so we'll have the index files and show me what you're doing basically, because it can be very quiet otherwise. If you put it in the base, you can actually see what's going on as it shoulders away and downloads every distribution and stores it in the right place, etc. So it's quite fun to watch.
Is that complete now on those latest versions?
That I don't know. I think it will be, yeah, it will be the latest versions because it will be what's in the indexes, because it can only work on the indexes. So it will be whatever is indexed as being the latest version, or whatever is indexed. Sometimes you don't, because very often if, say, a module changes author, you end up with the stuff still indexed, or if they delete a module from a distribution, say one of the modules in a big distribution like Catalyst disappears, it will still be indexed to the older version. So there's at least 4 or 5 authors who have got a Catalyst runtime in their directory that's still indexed. So in the CPAN indexes, because there was a module that got removed after that version, so that's the last version that still has that module indexed. Right? It pauses a funny thing, but yeah, you'll get it's nearest damage, something close to CPAN Mini basically. I haven't run a full one because I've actually got a Yarsync a full CPAN mirror onto my box to do smoke testing from, so I've never really had the need to use it. But this does work, this script, because I wrote it and set and run it. But I didn't have the patience to let it run and get the whole CPAN mirror. The internals, I'm trying to get my head around this when I first started looking at CPANPLUS code, but basically backend inherits from CPANPLUS internals. CPANPLUS internals inherits from the CPANPLUS internals and all the modules, the sub-modules, so it's like reverse inheritance, whereas you usually sort of inherit from sort of parent namespace, the parent of the namespace. This sort of runs the other way around. They goes up to the namespace, but anyway, because there's various things in there to provide the functions like extracting and fetching, etc. The officers bundled out into these internals.
Instead of the inheritance tree that you added functions to make it more specific, you have a reverse inheritance tree that collect functions to the backend.
Yeah, it sort of collects all the functions up to the root. To back end basically, so any of the things that are available in these are available in back end because it's inheriting. He does have a distinctive style as well, does Yoss to his code, which to sort of work around or try and rock, as it were. So some of the more interesting things that it's because they're not documented in the back end, they're documented into CPAN internals are these things called callbacks. Quite important. I made quite use of a lot of use of them in CPANPLUS Yak spoke, such as install prerequisite and proceed on test failure. There are a lot of the ones that get used by the shell. I don't know if you ever use CPANPLUS shell. It will. When I was saying about asking you whether you wanted to install the module or not, this is implemented as a callback, so when it comes to it, it's going to install the prereq, we'll call this callback and say, if you've registered the callback, it will obviously run it, and that's how the shell implements it and says, oh yes, I'll run that function, and will actually prompt you at the screen and say, do you want to install this? I use this in CPANPLUS Yak smoke to check whether a prerequisite has failed previously. and at that point it will sort of refuse to sort of install it and basically knock out the fallout of the smoke run for that particular module. Say food relies on the bar has failed, bar 001 has failed previously. I register a callback for install prerequisite and I check in my database, has it failed? No, we don't care anymore about food because we can't basically, we've had a fail for bar and there's no point carrying on with food because we know bar fails. So that's how I use that. The other one, you can in the shell, this one's used quite a bit. Proceed on test failure will say, oh, the test failed, you want to carry on anyway and install it. So that gets implemented. There's other ones such as the lovingly titled Mung test report, which gives in the shell that's implemented, it's used. So when it generates the test report, it will say, do you want to edit it? And that effectively is what it's implemented as this sort of callback. It will launch Vim, you can, or Vi, or whichever editor, because you can configure in the configuration settings to use Nano or BinGO or whatever you want. So it will launch the editor of your choice, and you can edit the test reports, and then when you save it and exit out, it will obviously return from the subroutine and send the test report. So there's a few other callbacks, but I thought those were the most interesting. The distribution classes. So there is quite a lot to see about this. Distribution classes. You get two special ones for free.
What is the distribution?
These are the CPANPLUS dist classes. I will sort of say. We get two of them for free, which are CPANPLUS dist MM and CPANPLUS dist build. This one actually doesn't come with CPANPLUS, but it is a core module. So if you've got a sort of modern build with 10.0 or above, you will have that one. On older ones, you have to install it separately. But CPANPLUS will do that for you. Install it in. Hang on a second. The MM is for basically makefile.pl based distributions. These are called by the CPANPLUS module whenever you do an install or prepare or test or etc. to actually do all the sort of donkey work of running the makefile.pl, running the build.pl, gathering all the information that's generated from it, finding the prereqs, because prereq resolution is not very easy. Certainly with .mm, the maker one, to actually find what the prereqs are, it actually goes digging in the makefile that's generated, because that's the only sure way that you know the prereqs for a module. You can't rely on meta.yaml, for instance, or meta.json, because that's static information that is generated at the time the module author creates the file. They could have anything, any kind, because it's Perl we're running, they could have anything in there that says, am I on Windows, I need these extra modules installed, etc. So that's the only sure way we have, it's by digging in the makefile to see what actually is listed as being prereqs. It's got slightly easier with the my meta.yaml specification.